Judges 1. After the death of Joshua, the children of Israel asked of Yahweh, saying, Who should go up for us first against the Canaanites, to fight against them? Yahweh said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. Judah said to Simeon his brother, Come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with you into your lot. So Simeon went with him. Judah went up, and Yahweh delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand. They struck 10,000 men in Bezek. They found Adoni-Bezek in Bezek, and they fought against him. They struck the Canaanites and the Perizzites. But Adoni-Bezek fled. They pursued him, caught him, and cut off his thumbs and his big toes. Adoni-Bezek said, 70 kings, having their thumbs and their big toes cut off, scavenged under my table. As I have done, so God has done to me. They brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. The children of Judah fought against Jerusalem, took it, struck it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. After that, the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites who lived in the hill country, and in the south, and in the lowland. Judah went against the Canaanites who lived in Hebron. The name of Hebron before that was Kiriath Arba. They struck Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai. From there he went against the inhabitants of Debir. The name of Debir before that was Kiriath Sepher. Caleb said, I will give Achsah my daughter as wife to the man who strikes Kiriath Sepher, and takes it. Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, so he gave him Achsah his daughter as his wife. When she came, she got him to ask her father for a field. She got off her donkey, and Caleb said to her, What would you like? She said to him, Give me a blessing, because you have set me in the land of the south, give me also springs of water. Then Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. The children of the Kenite, Moses' brother-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Judah into the wilderness of Judah, which is in the south of Arad, and they went and lived with the people. Judah went with Simeon his brother, and they struck the Canaanites who inhabited Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. The name of the city was called Hormah. Also Judah took Gaza with its border, and Ashkelon with its border, and Ekron with its border. Yahweh was with Judah, and drove out the inhabitants of the hill country, for he could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. They gave Hebron to Caleb, as Moses had said, and he drove the 3 sons of Anak out of there. The children of Benjamin didn't drive out the Jebusites who inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem to this day. The house of Joseph also went up against Bethel, and Yahweh was with them. The house of Joseph sent to spy out Bethel. The name of the city before that was Luz. The watchers saw a man come out of the city, and they said to him, Please show us the entrance into the city, and we will deal kindly with you. He showed them the entrance into the city, and they struck the city with the edge of the sword, but they let the man and all his family go. The man went into the land of the Hittites, built a city, and called its name Luz, which is its name to this day. Manasseh didn't drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shean and its towns, nor Tanakh and its towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, nor the inhabitants of Ibleam and its towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and its towns, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. When Israel had grown strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, and didn't utterly drive them out. Ephraim didn't drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer, but the Canaanites lived in Gezer among them. Zebulun didn't drive out the inhabitants of Kitron, nor the inhabitants of Nahalal, but the Canaanites lived among them, and became subject to forced labor. Asher didn't drive out the inhabitants of Akko, nor the inhabitants of Sidon, nor of Alab, nor of Aksib, nor of Helbah, nor of Aphik, nor of Rehob, but the Asherites lived among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land, for they didn't drive them out. Naphtali didn't drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Beth Anath, but he lived among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and of Beth Anath became subject to forced labor. The Amorites forced the children of Dan into the hill country, for they would not allow them to come down to the valley, but the Amorites would dwell in Mount Heres, in Aijalon, and in Shaalbim. Yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so that they became subject to forced labor. the border of the Amorites was from the ascent of Akrabim, from the rock, and upward.
Yahweh said to you shall go first, deliver in the land for those who thirst. We rise up the strength of faith, we stand today. We rise up with Yahweh's grace, we find our way. We rise up to the least hearts filled with pride, to face the land of spirits on fire. Judah, come on, Simeon, come help me now. Striking down the foes, 10,000 fell. In Bezek, their glory, oh, can't you tell? Adoni-Bezek they fled, but they called his hand. Cut off his thumbs as justice took a stand. Rise up with strength of faith, we stand today. With Yahweh's grace, we find our way. Rise up to the least hearts on fire. Lift up and peace up. We will not break. We rise up with strength and faith, we stand today. We rise up with Yahweh's grace, and we find our way. We rise up to these hearts filled with fire. We rise up to face the land of spirits on fire.
After Joshua passed, the people cried out. They asked of Yahweh, seeking his way out. Who shall fight first against the land of flight? Yahweh answered clear, it's Judah's time to rise bright. Judah called to Simeon, join me in this fight. Together we'll conquer, shedding off the rafters.
The fire, with sword and spirit, all the strength from the heights. For glory and strength, we'll win this night.
They struck the river field, 10,000 strong. Adoni-Bezek fled, but justice came along. 70 kings beneath my table cried, but now turn tables, it's your hand God will guide. In Jerusalem they fought with fervent cries, with the edge of the sword they claimed the prize.
With the fire, we'll gather. The fire, oh, the fire and strength, we'll win this night. In the heart of the land, Caleb took his stand. He offered his daughter to the bravest in the land. Ask for your blessing, springs flowing free. With Yahweh beside us, we reclaim victory. Hellfires, where great will stand. The fire, in heaven we gather. The fire, oh, the fire, for glory and strength, we'll win this night.
Like, share, subscribe now.